So, different one today. Um, got a package from Howard. If you don't know who that is, look them up because they make a lot of stuff. A lot of natural products. I use that because I don't really know if they're all natural. That's kind of sort of the vibe that I get. So they make like stuff for leather care, stuff for wood care, household stuff. They've been around for a while, as long as I know. I got the package a few days ago, but the weather's been wild. Apologize now for background noise. I'm trying to get mics. The wind has chilled down a little bit today, but the wife stapled the wind chimes to the porch because apparently she didn't want to go buy hooks. So I can't rip them down. So if there's a lot of chime noise, I apologize. Like I said, I'm working on getting mics to help with that issue in the future, but I already went ahead and opened it. I haven't looked yet. Pulling out the bubble wrap. It's a lot of bubble wrap. Now, I asked for a few things specifically because they make so much stuff that I wanted to review what I actually needed. But based off the size of this box, I don't know what they sent me because it's very big and very heavy. So they sent me a crap ton of flyers. Okay, so it's looking like they sent me just a bunch of random stuff plus what I asked for. Um, and that's fine, but I don't know what all they sent. I'm still opening. Give me a minute. Sorry, allergies are going crazy today. All right, I think that's it. Yep. So we got an upholstery cleaner. I mean, that's cool, but I literally have zero upholstery to clean. So nothing against the company, but generally, if a company reaches out to me or I reach out to company, I ask for specific stuff because when I ask for it, I already have intentions on using it for something. Because in my mind, the way my mind works is if instead of just getting a product and having it and being like, hey, buy this product. Sorry, my nose itches. I'd much rather have a plan for said product. And so if I have a use for it, I can utilize that use in the video to show you guys whether it works or not. So that's why I'm not a huge fan of when companies just send me stuff because, I mean, I'm thankful, but I'm not going to use it. So why'd you send it? I'm sure I can figure out something. I mean, it says couches, chairs, rugs, carpets, and more. Maybe I can give this a use in my wife's car. Uh, yeah, it says carpets and stuff. So yeah, it's a coconut oil derived cleaner. So that's cool. Yeah, coconut soaked dry coconut oil, coconut base, surface scent, purified water, essential oils, and fragrance. So yeah, it's like a natural cleaner. So that's pretty cool. If you don't know who Howard is, that's Howard, little kid. I don't know. I'll find a use for it. If you send it, I'm going to use it. But like I said, I do prefer to already have something in my head to kind of be like, oh, this is my plans. Because if you just send it, I might not use it. So just for future reference. Now this, I do not think I asked for, but I actually had planned on in my mind being like, hey, could you send me this? And then didn't because I just did a bunch of videos for another company for a product like this. So I didn't want to do conflicts, but since they sent it, I mean, why not? Leather salve. So I basically am assuming this is kind of like their version of like a mink oil or something. Like it's a leather conditioner, potentially waterproofer. I know I'm reading and not saying anything, but what I'm reading is got nothing to do with the video. It says it's for furniture, purses, boots, bags, hats, shoes, gloves, apparel, auto, tack, and saddle. So it says there's beeswax and carnauba wax, which that's another thing that I notice a lot with their company is a lot of their products have beeswax or carnauba wax. Uh, but yeah, so with those two ingredients, I would assume this is a waterproofer as well. Um, I don't see anything on here where it says that it waterproofs. Yeah, I don't see anything on here where it says it waterproofs, but generally speaking, if something has waxes, it will waterproof. So, huh. Either I can't smell, or this has no smell. Okay, now I smell it. It just smells natural. That's a crap ton of salve, by the way. Well, I say that, but I also know how quickly I go through leather conditioner. I got a lot of leather boots, if you might have seen in the past videos. Okay. Cutting board cleaner. Another one of those products where appreciate you sending it, but I have zero use for it. I know based off of what I asked for, you probably would have assumed that I have cutting boards. It's for a completely different project, but appreciate it. Um, I mean, I would say that I'm going to put it to use, but I literally have no cutting boards. I have a 120-year-old house, and there's a cutting board built into the countertop, but the cutting board is like linoleum or something. Like it's not wood, so I don't really know where I would use this. If I ever get a cutting board in the future, I'll use it, but that was weird. Even the actual physical cutting board that I own, that's like down in the cabinet, is plastic. So I don't know. I'll save it for maybe a rainy day when I eventually get a wooden cutting board. But for now, thanks. Um, if you're curious about the ingredients, coconut soap, coconut oil, glycerin, salt, citral, laurel glucoside, lemon terpenus, food grade mineral oil, and xanthan gum. Uh, I don't think this said the ingredients. That's one thing that I really hate about companies like this. Um, when buying stuff like this, because they never disclose all the ingredients. And I personally think that's just really dumb. I mean, I get the whole like we don't want people to steal our recipe or some crap, but everybody makes a boot conditioner, a leather conditioner. Like it's not like it's new science. But yeah, I really wish companies that make leather products would disclose the ingredients because there's some ingredients I don't like using on my leather. Now, finally, to the two products that I asked for in the first place, because they're for wood, but not at all for what I guess they assumed that I was needing them for. First, butcher block conditioner. Now, sadly, they only sent me one of each of these, and I needed at least two because I have a partner in another state that was supposed to be part of this, but I guess I'll have to try and somehow figure out how to do that now. But butcher block conditioner. I'm going to tell you the ingredients and the rundown of these, and then I'll tell you what I have in store. Well, I don't see the ingredients now that I mention it. Weird. It says there's beeswax and carnauba wax. Yeah. Food grade mineral oil. So yeah, it doesn't really say like what's in it. It says it's great for bamboo. It just says food grade mineral oil and natural waxes. Um, but I wanted this because if you could tell, like it's got those ingredients supposedly, but it's still got a wateriness to it. That'll make sense in a minute. And then this one, Wax It All, which I believe is basically the second step for using this. Food grade carnauba wax, beeswax, and mineral oil. All of these are food grade, by the way. So, use on wood, stone, metal, concrete, plastic, and more. Do you have the ingredients? Of course you don't. I really apologize for all the snotting, but yeah, allergies. Oh crap, they threw stickers in and I didn't even see them. They were attached to the bubble wrap. I'm gonna assume this one's open too. It is not open, but I'm gonna open it because it's my video. So kind of sort of what you expect. Big old chunk of wax. Kind of sort of smell it. I know my allergies messing up, but I can smell, so I don't know what the problem is. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the point of my video, because like I do with other videos, like with the boots and whatnot that I've done recently, I feel as though it's important to give you a reason as to why I'm using these products, or at least the products I asked for, because in case you yourself are also interested for that same reason and might not have thought about it. Where you at? These two are actually the only products that I asked for. The company was nice enough to reach out to me and offer to send me some stuff, and I was like, well, based off what you have, these are the products that I wanted. And yeah, I mean, those other ones are great, and I'll try to figure out a way to use them somehow. But these are what I wanted. And you might be saying, well, why did you want those if you don't have a butcher block? Well, if you watch my channel, and I'm actually creating a secondary channel with a friend of mine in Texas, which I mentioned earlier, we're doing something I've never seen before. We're taking my channel and his channel and combining them, and I'm still doing my channel. And when I say my channel, I'm referring to over at TikTok, because that's where I do the majority of my random videos that you'll never see here. But we're combining our channels. We're still doing our own channels on our own time, but we're combining like mine and his chemistry and thoughts and whatnot, and creating a main channel. And on said channel, we use a product called the Whiskey Grill. We have a segment called To Grill or Not to Grill, and it's basically where we battle. It's a wooden cup that has a chart inside, and it changes the profile of whiskeys and whatnot. But that cup, you're supposed to actually continue to coat and take care of. And I know I got off topic, but the other thing that I was saying wasn't important. But it's basically the general gist of what the cup is. And the company that creates it offers what they consider their finishing product that you're supposed to put on it. But it's pretty expensive, and you only get like a thing like that. And so that put me down the rabbit hole of trying to look for products from other companies that would pretty much do the same thing, but are better values. Because nothing against that company or what they create, but I mean, come on, dude. These products, to my knowledge, are about the same price as what they offer, and you get like a little bitty tiny like 1 ounce tin. So basically, the point of it is, I'm gonna try out these two and see how they fare up against the Whiskey Grill in the future, and see if this or both together are at all what I would like to continue using on that product. Because, you know, even though it's not really technically connected to this video, it's what I plan on using it for. It is wood, and so there you go. That being said, I guess now that I think about it, I mean, this is a cutting board cleaner, but I would assume you could, in theory, use this on the cup. I might not necessarily use it on the inside. They tell you that you can wash the cup with regular soap. Um, and I washed it once when I first got it, but ever since then it's just looked ridiculously dry. They tell you to keep it moisturized, so it's like, was it supposed to do that? You know what I mean? So that being said, since this is for cutting boards, I would assume that this would be the smarter choice. I don't know though. Again, science. But yeah, that's basically the gist of why I wanted this. I still use the cup on my channel and stuff like that in my TikTok videos, but I wanted to see if these were better products because essentially they do the same thing. So why wouldn't I use a different company that offers a potentially better product for a better price? Getting far more product for basically the same amount of money. But yeah, that's kind of sort of where I have it headed at with it. Like I said, might give this a try in the wife's car. She's got a weird problem in the wintertime where somehow her floorboard gets wet. We don't know what's going on, but yeah, it's a nice brand new car. Everything's sealed up. It doesn't leak or anything, but somehow the passenger side floorboard carpet gets soaked. Only in the wintertime though. So we'll give this a try on that. Again, I might see about washing the cup with this. I'm kind of against it just because, well, no, never mind. Well, no, it's got mineral oil in it, so I don't know. I mean, they all got mineral oil, so it doesn't matter. But I wonder if this on the inside of the cup would affect it any. And then these I'll use on a pair of boots eventually because I've got boots out the butt. But yeah, if you have any questions for the future, feel free to reach out. Um, that's why I do these videos. I know they're long-winded and kind of pointless, but I do these because, as I say, if you were to see this video, chances are by the time you see it, I'm already trying these products out. And so you can go ahead and in the comments and be like, hey, how is such and such product doing? Or, hey, I'm thinking about buying this product for this. Do you think it would work? You know what I'm saying? So that way you don't have to wait for my final review. You can go ahead and ask me in real time while I'm actively trying the products out instead of having to wait months down the line. But yeah, till next time, next video.